Okay, we are back at it. I love hanging out with you. Put you on this little holder. No, I'm not gonna put you on the holder. I'm gonna tell you what's up. I love so much. I have a whole video about my nail stuff that I use, which is phenomenal by nailboo. I have no code at all. I will work on that. That will actually be something I set on my list. Get a code for you guys for purchasing this, because it's by far my favorite. But if you go, I don't think it's too pricey. If you already are used to getting your nails done, I think it's really nice. But I have some favorite colors that I love that I'll share with you. But I'm gonna do a whole, they're actually right here. I'm gonna do a whole nail redo real quick. But anyways, I love this one. This one's newer to me. Oh, I have this one right now. This is actually really beautiful on my toes. I love that one. And that is Glam Queen. So I'm a big fan of that one. And then my other favorite, this one right here. And I love that one, Nail Flicks and Chill. So that one's really favorite. So this is like a light pink. This one is a nude, which is literally on my nails right now. But I'm about to go back to the pink. I kind of alternate those two colors. And then I just did the full glitter on my toenails, which I'm excited and love that. It's really pretty. If you're new here and you click the thumbnail, we're going to get right into a whole makeup tutorial that is amazing. But if you're brand new, hit subscribe. And if you are Blush Beauty, you know what's ahead. Let's go ahead and get started. And so I'm going to sit here. I love personal self-care things. It makes me really happy just to be in my space, quiet. I turn on a YouTube show from channels that I subscribe to and watch and consume just like yourself. And it's kind of like you enjoy watching my channel. I enjoy also watching channels as well. It's just really a great time. So I'm gonna do my nails. I have some that I've like just lost, like this thumb here. And then a couple over here. I've just been doing like, you know when you break a nail and you're just like, I'll fix that one. So now my nails are going through this process. Just finished dinner and I am doing some makeup with you tomorrow. So I have got to organize my SD cards. I have got to finalize my list of the content that I'm making tomorrow. And I have a lot of batching I need to get done. And so I'm actually looking forward to that. It's been like 2 weeks since I've done a full sit down, let me do my makeup. And I crave the creativity of doing that. So tomorrow I'm so excited for my work day. I love the work that I do, but I'm in the process of moving out of my studio that's in like 2 or 3 towns up for me that I'm obsessed with and love, but I just don't need the space anymore. So you'll see soon a whole vlog about that and the story behind it and all the fun things there. But now I am going to do my nails and I'm gonna have some relaxation and chill out. So I'll take you in with me for a minute. We'll do a little moment and let's go do it. Hey Blush Beauty, I want to dive into a fun makeup tutorial, a little catch up, a little life recap. So much is going on. I feel like my eyes are watering. I'm like, why did they just start watering? It's so random. It is early in the morning. It's 9 o'clock that I'm recording, which I don't typically record any makeup videos this early per se, like sitting at my vanity and have the whole thing. You know what I think would be so much fun is to actually see what my vanity looks like right now, and my eyes are actually watering. Like, why did they just, I think I just light up and y'all just make me so emotional. I don't know. But this is really cool just to kind of see what's happening here and what's in front of me. I think this also gives a cool glimpse of products that I will be using. This is how the vanity is actually pretty before I start, because as soon as I'm done recording, this vanity is a disaster. Like, I'm like, what just happened? Like, war was taking place here. That's what it is. But we're gonna have a really good time today. I'm looking forward to it. I actually, just to kind of give you a little bit of behind the scenes of what it takes to do a makeup video, is a lot of preparing and processing on what I want the look to look like, what products I want to feature and talk about. So I already have like a game plan of the products I definitely want to introduce to you or recap on, do a little bit of that. So I'm looking forward to trying and doing some new things with you today. I think that also gives you a very open perspective of different cosmetics that you potentially have not tapped into or have seen. Also, I don't want anything to be like, you've got to have this item. I think it's, be mindful of when you see a look created, how it was created, and then you have a better understanding, well, I may not get that exact look because I don't have those products. But when it comes to colors and shadows and things, you can pretty much recreate looks that you love. But when it comes to the performance and things like that, it's a little different. I am going to be using a new foundation primer today to test out for you. I've sampled it, but I've not fully worn it under my makeup. So we'll see how I like that, if it makes a difference. There are some things that I'm like, these are my true favorites. And these are my, I would rebuy. You know what? Let me know if you would like what I would repurchase video, like my top of 2022, because we're in the middle of, we're May of 23 right now. But last year, I consumed so much makeup. Like, I'm a rouge at Sephora. Like, I have bought so much makeup. You don't even want to know the thousands of dollars that I spent last year at Sephora and at Ulta. And also whatever Ulta's like top tier is with their customers, I'm also that. So I take it very seriously when it comes to consuming the product. I also take it very seriously to take back product and get something else if I'm not happy with it or won't use it. There's always that. Don't be stuck with products. I have not gotten into purchasing drugstore makeup, and I kind of have a couple reasons why, and we may talk about that today, but I really haven't. And I think it's, I don't know. Anyways, I'll talk about that with you because I feel like it's just a long conversation. But anyways, that is in a nutshell what we're going to be doing today. And I am looking forward to jumping right into it with you. I have a lot of updates with my life that's happening. And you know what I just thought about? I don't have my brow products out here. Like, how did I do this? I'll go ahead and put my brows on prior to. I think I'm going to do that. But yeah, a lot of life updates, if I can speak properly and correctly. And I cannot wait to kind of inform you. It's interesting and exciting and kind of unknown, I think, is what's kind of interesting to me. It's the unknown, right? And we're going to talk about that while I do my look today. But let's go ahead and dive right into it and get started. You clicked on the thumbnail because you were looking forward to this. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Brows are back on from days ago. Brows are on. And you know my favorite is the Urban Decay. Now I use dark drapes. That is my go-to color for my brows, and I love it. And honestly, that's all I've been using in my brows there are times that I kind of mix it up and I do the Anastasia brow, what is this? The Brow Dip Pomade. And I love that as well. I mean, it's really good. It just depends on the look that I'm doing. And then I also love this, and it's the Brow Freeze. I do love that as well from Anastasia. So if those are products that you're questioning, like, are they good purchases? They really are. And you'll love those. So I do those in some of my videos. I don't do that in every single makeup tutorial, but the one I do is the blade. My brows have been microbladed, so it naturally already kind of looks, you know, just natural. So, all right, so there is a product that I want to do, which is new to me using this on my channel. And it is from Ulta Beauty. This is their face primer. So I got this as a freebie in the product that I ended up getting a few months ago. They had like birthday gifts and things, but they also had, anyways, just freebies like if you order so much. So it goes on very like, you know, clear silicone like. So that is the look-see of the products. I'm gonna put this on. I love the feel of it. It really reminds me of the primer I grew up on, which was the Mary Kay face primer. And it just feels that same silky feel. So as soon as I felt it, I was like, I really feel like this is the primer I'm gonna really enjoy because it feels the same. So if you are curious and you have not tested this brand out, then yeah, it feels the same. So, and if you don't know either one of those, just to know, it kind of feels like a silk silicone type feel. So this is not the full size, this is like a mini of it, but this is the Poreless Face Primer. Do I believe that you need a face primer for your makeup? I really do. I'm a face primer kind of girl if I'm doing a full face of makeup. If I'm not doing a full face of makeup, I totally will skip it. I think it's not necessary for that. But for putting on full coverage, putting on whatever that looks like for you, I'm like, yeah, because it really has staying power. Like, it just locks everything in. My skin is more on the drier side anyways, and with that being said, I need a primer because I just need it to really hold and grab onto something. All right, so the foundation that I do want to do, I'm just unsure today. So I have this CC cream, which is a full coverage from It Cosmetics. I do love that. I have my Clinique Even Better Clinical, which I do love that. And I do have the NARS. So the one I know that matches me 100% is the Clinique. It matches perfect. It's great. And I love the coverage. But the NARS, I have not used that in a couple seasons. So I was like, wonder if I could do a stripe test today and see if this would work. And then the SPF in this CC cream is my favorite as well. But also it looks really good. But it looks really good once I've had a spray tan. So I think this will be too deep and dark. But sometimes I want a little warmth in the skin. So I was like, maybe I could add this over something. So at first I was like, maybe let me just do a little stripe test with the NARS. I haven't again use this in like a few seasons, but this one also was my first foundation from using the Mary Kay brand. I was like, which other brand would I use that would kind of compare? And honestly, when I did half face with using this product in the foundation I grew up using, you could not see the difference. So I'm just gonna let this oxidize a little bit, warm up to the skin, melt in all the things, and see kind of what it does. I do think this is gonna be a little bit too deep today, but I might add a little bit of this in like the T-zone just to warm up the skin, because I do want more color today. I need a spray tan, and I also do my tanning drops, but you know, sometimes I just crave a good spray, and I have all the things to do it, so sometimes I just enjoy that. All right, so we're just letting that sit. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the eyes. Eyes are my favorite to do first. Sometimes you'll see this online and it's like you're doing your makeup backward, and I feel that way sometimes, but honestly I feel like this is the only way to do it. And you'll see I do it different every single time. I think one, it depends on how much time I have to do my makeup. And are you noticing the pearls on this nail? But this is so cute. I don't know if you can see it because it's like kind of blurring out, but I did pearls on my ring finger, which I think is so beautiful and pretty. And I do dip powder at home. I do my own nails now, which I find is so therapeutic to me. And that's really why I started it. It was like therapy at home. I just loved it. Self-care awareness is all that I love for myself. Like, I'm like, if it makes me feel good, it makes me feel good. You know what I mean? The little things that I do truly enjoy is riding in the truck, which I drive a truck. That makes me very happy to drive a truck. I love it. It's just, I just feel so like protected in the truck. I feel like I can see everything. It just feels really good. I also have darker windows, so it just allows more privacy. So I also love that. And I have subs in my truck, so it sounds really good when any music is on. Like, that also makes me very happy. I don't know what made me think of that immediately from doing my makeup. I have no idea. Oh, doing my nails, driving to the nail shop. That's what made me think about it. But that also makes me super happy. So instead, I just do my nails at home, and I love that. I'm at the age in my life, I will say no to things very quickly, and I will say yes to things. I will do things just because of how it makes me feel. So yeah, anyways, that's my 2 cents. Okay, so shadow, I really don't know what shadow I want to do. I am really going back and forth with all of these palettes today. I have looked over them and I'm like, this is a hard decision because I have so many really pretty colors in every single palette. But I will tell you what I'm going to do today. I do want to do this cheek color out of this Anastasia. This is so gorgeous. It's beautiful, and I have not done it yet, so I'm excited to do that cheek color today. So I know 100% I am going to do that. That's also another reason I wore this cream top, so it will really work. I don't think there's any colors out of here that I want to do today necessarily, and I was like, you know what, I haven't done my Melt Cosmetic palette yet. That's Gemini in a minute, and this color right here was kind of speaking to me in my look today. So I was like, maybe I can build up these colors and bring two. Another thing I do like doing about my shadows is I never go in with just like a deep color immediately first. It makes a really hard transition. And you know, I'm always talking about, even I have on my website, blend for your life, especially with your shadow. It's just super important to blend through your colors. And so I was like, today would be really pretty to actually work with like the building stage of shadows. I know I talk about it, but I don't talk about it. Do you know what I mean? Like in every video, sometimes back in the day, looking back on my channel, gosh, I've been making content for a minute, and I'm like, I would say the same thing in every single video, and I finally think that you like got it and understood it. But also I feel like sometimes we kind of just go right into the opposite. We're like, nope, this is just what I've done for years. Let me just do my makeup this way. And I'm like, be careful with that. Like, don't mess up your look. So I want you to be mindful of blending your shadow. So we're gonna start today with, yeah, I think I'm just gonna dive into this palette. I think it'll be really pretty. So I'm gonna start with this pinky coral all over the lid, just a little bit, and then I'm gonna go in. I'm probably gonna have to dab into another palette. I can already foresee that happening because I really need like a softer, cooler tone all over to kind of like blend through the mid-tone. And if I do too deep of a color, it's probably just gonna be too much. So I don't know, we're gonna see. Because right now this is looking good, but I may have to dip into another palette. I don't know. You know, I'm very big on that. I'm like, I need to do a bunch of different things. So I don't want you to feel any type of way about that. Get the palettes that you love. I also want you to be mindful of, go through your makeup bag and do a little like spring cleaning. If you have not used it in a long time, like, don't be afraid to like give it away to somebody. Like, I think it's so important. I'm at the age where a lot of my friends have younger daughters that are just starting to wear makeup. And I think it's also really important to be like, well, this palette's been good to me for XYZ reasons, but I don't personally wear it anymore like that. So don't be afraid to be like, hey, do you want these eyeshadows? Because these girls are at the stage of learning. So, I mean, anything could help, you know, with that process. Okay, so now I'm taking my blender brush. Y'all know the brush set that I'm using is my favorite. It's so inexpensive. It's off of Amazon. I love it so much. You know, something I did not do is I did not do concealer under my brows, and I'm really feeling some type of way right now about that. Oh, that is not a good look. Okay, I'm gonna use a new foundation, no, a new concealer. This concealer is Fenty's concealer, and I literally have not even put it on my face until just now. So you're probably like, is this gonna be the right color? Let's hope. And I hope I did not just mess up what I did, because I totally skipped that part. I started noticing, like, y'all know I get scarring under this brow because this hair is like insanely thick. And anytime, I mean, gosh, I'm in my 30s. I have been doing this since I was like a teenager, plucking my underneath my brow. Yeah, I didn't mess that up, so that was good. Okay, that made me very nervous. See what a difference that just made? And so this side is like perfect. It has no scarring. The hair is so baby soft. It is like the softest hair for like, oh my gosh, love it. I don't even know. But my other side is like coarse, thick hair that is a nightmare to pluck. And so it's like crazy if you can't get that tweezer right on it. And I use really, really good tweezers. But if I can't get that tweezer right on it, I pull the skin. And then of course, if you pull the skin, then that just can cause, you know, an issue. And then you can be in a mess. So that is that. Okay, that looks so much better. I definitely needed to do that. And I love this primer. So I was with Courage, one of my best friends at Ulta the other day, and she wanted a new concealer. And I had not bought Fenty concealer before, which is very, very weird that I never did that last year. I have no idea why. I think I just kind of forgot. Like, I got in such a groove of like having colors that worked for me. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to take a little bit of that same color that I did on my lower lid. I'm gonna take a little bit of that on my upper lid, and I'm just going to blend that through a little bit. I don't wanna do too light under my brows. I'm kind of over that. I don't mind it, but I'm not like for it every single video. Like, you see how light that is? Like, it's already really light, so. It just has like a pinky corally tone to it, which I don't mind. Actually, that's one of my favorite tones. I mean, I love that on my skin. But anyways, yeah, it just kind of softened down that concealer. Yeah, that's so good. Okay, so now we're gonna go back in. But this whole brush set, it didn't come with the case, but the whole brush set is off of Amazon. So any product that I use, I typically have a direct link like in the description. So go check that out, or I have it listed and where it's from. So I like to keep that information for you because I think that's super helpful when you're like, now I saw her use this, now where's this from? So I want you to go check that out. But that is really pretty, just blending that through. And I am obsessed with blending all of these together. I love that. Not really sure exactly how this look is gonna go, but I do have an idea of some colors that I still have in front of me that I want to also add into this look. So we're gonna see what we can pull together, because I want to deepen this up. So I want to for sure add more warmth to the eye. And these are a lot of like cooler tones that I'm using, but it's gonna come together, I promise. I think sometimes like I do the best with my makeup when I just kind of go with the flow. When and honestly, I don't know, I feel like it could be a mix. When you just go, oh, I want to recreate this look. I also think you can have really good success with that. So don't be scared of that. But also I think just playing in it is sometimes your best results. Do you know what I mean? So I do love a good playtime with the makeup and a conversation. I love talking to you and getting to know you and all that's just so fun to me. Okay, that's super cute. So now we're gonna go under the eye, and I've just only used these two colors in this palette. I've used the first two colors, that's it. So now I'm just going to look up and we're gonna pat in this color. That's so cute. And that just finishes. I used to never do my under eye when I was younger, like teenager. And that was in the early 2000s. Yeah, I just never did it. I mean, it's 2023, you just finished 23 years ago, right? But I was like, yeah, just do the lid, and I would do like 2 or 3 colors or whatever, which is still really good, but I don't know what I was doing. But I would always, you know, I don't know if it's my eye shape, my eye color, what have you, but I would always get people to ask, what color do you have on? Your eyeshadow is so pretty, your eyeshadow is so pretty. And I think it's just my lid is so open and full, so when I have on shadow, it's very noticeable. I think that's a lot of what it was. Okay, so I want to do some glittery tones today. So I'm going to deepen up the outer corner, and I'm not really sure. I did want to do like more of a greeny tone, but then I wanted to do this pink today. I did want to do some pink, but I think I'm going to add that to another look. I have a Mother's Day look that I want to do, and I think I'm going to do that for that. So today I'm going to add in some of this green earthy color, and we're going to do this one right here. You see how deep that is? Like, that's so stinking pretty though. I'm not really a green person, but I do love this color. It's very, very pretty. Okay, so we're just gonna do right here on the outer side. And I just like to pat just to get the definition of where I want the color and like the layout, and then I start blending it through. And you can see, like, I'm just really building it up. Something I have noticed out of all the shadow palettes that I do is that the Anastasia Beverly Hills is seriously my favorite. Like, the buildable wearability of that product is really cool. The versatility of that product is really good as well. I mean, it's just a good all-around palette. And sometimes it just takes a minute to get color placement and to get the right. I mean, I've probably dipped this brush 6 times in this color right now. I'm like, because I can just, and if I can see through it, I know you're gonna see through it too. Like, so I just want you to know, that's why I'm just being so honest and transparent with this process, because sometimes it just takes a minute of layering the color before the color really is like, oh, that's staying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can see a tiny bit still through that. But now I'm just gonna let it sit there, and then I'm gonna blend it out. I just want it to sit for a minute. And then we're gonna go to the other side. I do love a good go to the right, go to the left. I just love a application process like that. I think whenever you just do one full eye and then you're like, okay, now I'll start the other eye, I'm like, yeah, you could have saved a lot of time if you just went back and forth, back and forth. Because then recreating that one eye, I'm like, oh no, that's not an easy task to make that 100% match. Like, so I try to make it match as I go, and then I blend out. Okay, that's really amazing. I do love that. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back in with more of like a fluffier all over brush. Had more of a controlled one earlier, but this one has a lot more like I want to say movability, but that's not even a word. It just moves more. Let's just be simple with our words today, Amber. I try to be fancy with words, and I'm like, this is not even a word. I'm making up stuff now. I'm making it up. Okay, so let's do a life update as we blend this through. For 2.5 weeks, I have been physically moving things around my studio and out of my studio. I have a studio that I've rented for 5 years, and I found it in the beginning of 2018, and I've had it by myself. But I've had the first 2 years of being in the space, I had a ton of clients come in, and so I would do, instead of me going to my client's home for makeup, I would have them come to me. So if it was for a wedding, if it was for a prom, if it was for just because I want to learn makeup application, I want to try makeup, all that experience. If it was parties, events, social gatherings, things like that, that's what I would do in my studio for those first 2 years. And I had a team with the direct sale company that I worked with, and those girls would come in every single week too for trainings, and then we would have events and parties together, and that was a lot of fun. And so for 2 years we did that, and then in 2020 we ended up like all working from home. So I went to my studio and I took all my stuff and I brought it home. So all of my demo products, all the things that I did makeup videos with, I took everything to my house. And so then I just worked from home because my kids were not going to school anymore at that time. And so there was no need for me to travel back and forth to my studio or whatever. So I brought everything from home, and then that's when all of my clients were like, can I see you? Are you still having appointments? And I'm like, well, it really doesn't work for my schedule because I have the kiddos and all that. So I can do everything I can with you on the phone. So I would do like FaceTime. I would get on Zoom. I would get on StreamYard. I would, you know, just text message, send pictures, things like that, you know? And so I got to this place in my business where I was selling if not more product. I 100% was selling more product because my taxes told the truth there. But I was selling more product just working remote from my home. And there were times where I was going to the post office a lot though. Like I was mailing products, mailing samples and stuff like that, just so people could kind of get, you know, their fill of it. I would have clients come here and pick something up, or I would drop off at their house or whatever if I needed to. But for the most part, everything was like really remote. Like nobody was in my makeup chair, let's just put it that way. And I sold way more product. I showed up way more online though. Okay, do you see this shadow? Like it's not my favorite. So what I have to do when it gets like that and I just don't feel like it's like a solid blend, I have to go back in and start layering it up. So as I'm talking to you, I'm just gonna do that. So I'm just gonna go back in and dip through some of these products and do that. Okay, I had to change my battery, so it was dying. And so I don't know where I left off though, but I'm gonna build this back up. So just kind of just stay with me on this. And I'm going back in with that more controlled blender that I started out with and taking that over that color, because if I just keep adding that deep tone, it's not going to look right. It's just not going to. You see how now that just like really softens that up? I'll just blend everything out though, but to make sure it's just that transition is nice. So anyways, that was the deal for then. And then that summer, whatever, the first of that school year starting back, like September, October, no, maybe August, September, something like that, I got back into my studio. And so Olivia and I got back in there, and then I remember distinctly, like it was last week, we were sitting there and we both had our makeup cases and we were so excited to just like, we can move everything back in here, like let's start working again, the kids are back in school, this is super cool, all that stuff. And I kind of looked at her and I was like, you know what? I don't think I want to do any more clients in my chair. I'm not gonna have clients back in the studio anymore. And she looked at me like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. I said, we've gone this long without having any clients in here. Why would I go back to something that I was doing that now this is even working even better? And I have clients all over the States, and I'm not, you know, I've expanded. Like that was the year I expanded. And I was like, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this year. I felt like it was so therapeutic for me to do that. And so we both agreed. We were like, yep, but I already had weddings booked, you know? And so I still, you know, stood to my agreement, my deal with those brides and their weddings coming up. And I was like, but I'm not booking anymore. And so I didn't book any more weddings. And I actually think somebody did come in the studio and ask me to do a wedding or something, and I did book one. But other than that, we didn't book anymore. I was like, this is it. Like, this is it. You know, they were like, please do it or whatever. I was like, okay, I'll do it. That's fine. But then after that, I was like, I can't do it. You know, I'm done. Yeah, it just doesn't, for what I felt like I had to charge to go do it, I was like, this is just silly. And, you know, it was like my weekends were like getting kind of like ripped away from me whenever I wanted to be at home, and that's what I was doing. And I was like, yeah, I'm so cool with this. And then that was also the stage that I was like contemplating my career and what I was going to continue to do in long term. And so I found so much freedom and happiness with what I had been doing. And so I was like, how can I keep doing that but also be back in the community doing things if I needed to be? And so I just realized, yeah, I'm just going to cut ties with doing, okay, now I'm going to go with the Steila. I think this is called Kitten. It's so pretty, but it's this glitter shadow, and I'm obsessed with these glitter shadows. So I just want to do like the inner part of the eye with some of this glitter right through here, and just kind of bring this in. You see, like, so cute. And then I'll make sure that softens up a little bit there. And so I was like, okay, no more clients in the studio. But I mean, I would still have clients go, can I come see something in person or whatever? And I was like, I finally had to get to the place where I was like, let me make a video about my retirement. You know what I mean? And so I did a full video, and I'll put that up on my screen right here. I'll have to do any style though, because I have to keep myself together. That to somebody?
I mean, are you present with me right now?
I'm present.
Okay.
But you know these emails.
I know you booked it busy, but
okay, I'm just gonna put it on the ground.
Alright.
I'll slide it. Done, so I'm not tempted.
Perfect.
You know what, I'm not doing it again, so. Okay, I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm really serious. Yeah, let me kick my slides. That's not really cute. But I am in socks, guys. So if they see that, yikes. It's the real life.
Alright, so you know there's a rumor around here. And well, before we get into a rumor, let us know, who are you?
I am Amber Michelle Lykins. But I just fully stepped right into I'm retiring my brushes and I'm stepping out of that position and I'm just full-time content creator online, and that's how I can get your products though, right? And so I just loved it. And I had a conversation with my husband prior to. We were like, is this the move that I do want to make? Does this make sense or whatever? And it made perfect sense, you know? And sometimes it doesn't make sense on paper, but it just makes sense for your sanity. And that's what it was about, you know? And I had been grinding and hustling for years and years and years, working in person contact, and we were like, I did better last year, this makes sense, whatever. So that's what I stuck with. Okay, this is really gorgeous. I love this. I'm obsessed. Okay, so now I'm going to go into iMethod Beauty, and I did these on like a short reel that I did. I'll put that screenshot right here. It's so cute. Just to show my first reaction using this product. So I really use it. So they have a right wing and a left wing. So this is my right side, this is my left. So I'm gonna go in with the right wing first, and it also has like the wing itself, but then it has like the liner on that end. So I'm gonna go in because it allows you to kind of get like, let me make sure I'm doing the right wing. Yeah, the right wing here. It allows you to get like like stamp. You know what I mean? Like right, oh gosh, hang on a second. Is this dried out? No, it's not. Oh no, is this dried out? There is no ink on this. There is no freaking ink on that. Oh my gosh. Okay, well the other side has ink. That's weird. Oh, this one has ink. So the right wing has no ink. How did that dry out? Oh, it is like dry. Okay, so I'm not gonna use that today. Wow. Okay, anyways, watch that video because it's so good. I think it's something that I did because the other one has so much in it. I must have not had the lid on all the way. That's really bad. Dang, I hate that. Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna use this end of it, you know what I mean? Just to kind of get that wing for you, but that is definitely like a idiot proof type product to use to get a good wing. But this is by iMethod Beauty. It's so cute. They sent these to me to test out and I really liked them, so I'm gonna use them again today. Okay, so cute. I love that so much. All right, that is a great wing. I love it a lot. Kind of looks like it's dipping. That's funny. Okay, that's really cute. I like that a lot. Fancy smancy. Other side. Okay, very cute. I love that a lot. Okay, and then I'll just do a little bit in the inner corner. I'm not gonna actually do that one anymore in the inner corner. I'm gonna do the Steila one. I love that a lot. Right there, I love that. Ooh, that tickles a lot. Okay, now I'm gonna do my lash primer and mascara. I'm gonna use the Lancome. Okay, so adorable. Like, I love this look a lot. I feel like you could really wear this anywhere. You could do it just because, you could do it date night, something like that. I think it's fun, or a special occasion. All right, now we gotta get to getting the rest of our foundation on, or our face on, really, not even just foundation, but the rest of our face. So this primer feels really good. It feels like it's soaked in. Oh yeah, I do have that foundation on right there. That's the NARS. I don't actually know. The only thing I'm not sure about this primer is that it's so silky that I don't know if it actually allows my foundation to dry down. So I'm not really sure about that, but that actually does look really pretty. That's a good look. So I might do my NARS today just for kicks and giggles. Let's see. I think sometimes when I do a full face of this though, it washes me out. So I hope I don't regret this. I'm just gonna do a tiny bit first because I think the color is just really off right now on me. But we're gonna see. Like, that's a really good full coverage. There are so many different ways that you can put on your foundation. I'm just a true believer in do which one you think is best for you. I believe the Beauty Blender has been my best method for foundation for a long time. I love putting on my foundation with blender. I don't necessarily love doing a brush. I just don't think it's my favorite. I also love doing this glass. I love putting my foundation on that instead of my hand and working off the glass. I think that's really nice too. One, I think it's very satisfying. I think it allows you not to use too much product, but I'm literally taking little dots of this foundation because I don't want to do too much of it. Because if it is like gonna wash me out or not look right, I don't want to do too much. But that looks really nice. What do we think? Let me know if you have this NARS foundation. It's the Natural Radiant Long Wear Foundation. It's really, really pretty. This color is Fiji. It's L5. And this is a really pretty one. I feel like it's a little off a little bit. I don't know what it is though about it, that it like throws me off a little bit, but we're gonna make it work. Now we're gonna go in to the Fenty concealer, and I got the 150 is the color that I got, and it is, I think I just said 150 on it. Instant Retouch Concealer. Yeah, anyways, I thought maybe it had like undertones on it, but it doesn't. But okay, so we're gonna do a little bit in the inner corner here. Courage, one thing she kept saying about it, she's like, it's so smooth. It's just so smooth. And it is very smooth. I wonder if it's like, if it's the applicator combined with just how good. I like to lighten my chin here and then deepen it up above that. I think that's really pretty. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Yeah, it is really soft. It's very strange. It's so strange how applicators can change everything with a product. Everything. Okay, so now we're gonna blend this in. I think I love this concealer though. I like that. I'm not mad at it, and it blends really well. It has really good coverage. So now I'm gonna do my Warmth bronzing stick, and really it's just called bronzing stick. I just like to say Warmth because I just feel like it warms me up so much. I'm gonna do that there, and then I'm gonna go in with my contour here, and then for sure down my nose, and I'll probably blend that with a brush first, just I don't want that to dry down too much. Okay, that's good. Want to give like more of an eye lift up here, so I contour and pull that contour from my eye up. That just gives it more of a lift, and I'll blend that through. Okay, so that is on. Now I want to go back in with that cheek color that I told you about earlier. It's so cute. So we are going to use a little bit of cheek brush here. Haven't powdered or set or done anything, which actually I feel like I might want to do first. Do I want to do that first? I'm not really sure. So we're just going to see. I might regret this. That's pretty bold. Just really take your brush. Again, you can see that I love the, like, trying to really get the symmetry right. Like, I go back and forth. I also wipe through my brush to make sure I'm not overdoing it. and I'm blending what's on my face. Do you know what I mean? And I blend right up into my hairline just so it naturally lifts the face. And then we'll set everything in a few minutes, which that is now. And then I love the translucent powder that Laura Mercier has. I'm obsessed with that. I feel like I've like totally left y'all off on the story, and I don't know where I ended up. My battery died and I had to change my battery, and then I got back to it and I was like, I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh, I do remember. I got back at the studio, we were doing our makeup, and I was like telling Olivia, I was like, yeah, I don't want to do any more weddings, blah blah blah, and she was like, what? Yeah, okay, that's where we were. So then I did a retirement video from like my makeup chair, whatever. And so that was really cool, and people were like, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, blah, 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 all that stuff. That was really funny and interesting, but I was like, you know what? I mean, it just makes sense for me. I know it's not gonna make sense for anybody else, but if 2020 taught us anything, and it's like, do what's best for you. And so that's really what I did. Okay, so now I'm gonna just take my brush and kind of just brush this out. And so then I did the weddings that I already had booked. I did those, and I did everything online. It was just learning how to just only work online again, especially like being in a physical space. And I was like, this is very strange, but I liked it, and I just wanted to have more set hours where I only worked when my kids were in school. Okay, now I'm doing my Warmth Fenty bronzer. I love dusting this all over my face. If my addiction is with any product, it's with this one. I'm like, this just gives me life. I just think it's so fun. I just love it. Okay, so that's really pretty. I want to do some new stuff with my lips. I want to do more of a different lip product in general. So I have this Smashbox lip liner and this Smashbox lip. And this was gifted to me by one of my collectives, the Blush Beauty Collective. Women are so phenomenal. And I got this product, and I want to really do it today. I think it would go really pretty with like the look that I'm actually doing, like the color scheme or whatever. So we're gonna make the top lips look fuller, the bottom lip look not as full. And to align inside the top lip, I'm gonna take it all the way up, just right there, okay? And then I'm gonna take these on the outer part and outline. And then a line right there on the top. Fill it in. This color is called Medium Nude Rose. Another thing I want to do is I have a little beauty mark right here. And then right here. I think that's cute to highlight. Oh, let me just totally pull that hair out. So that's adorable. Also, while that's kind of setting, let me do mascara on the bottom lashes. Just flip that little mascara wand around. Pull out with the mascara on the bottom lashes. If you don't have bottom lashes, then you need to add a little bit of a smudging shadow effect underneath those lashes. But then like pulling them out, you know what I mean? How you can see that. Love that look. So that's really cute. Okay, love, love, love. Love the glitter on the lids. I think I'm such a fan of that. I think I want to add a tiny bit more. Okay, and then I'm not going to do this all over my lip. I'm going to do a little bit of soft color in the inner part, but I'm going to line the lips with this lipstick. And this is called Always On, and it is a liquid lipstick from Smashbox. Doing that lip liner though allows it to have more of like stay power, which I think is really important. And look at this applicator, that's so cute, right? I want to do a little bit of my Too Faced lip injections here. I'm just gonna go with my finger and add a little little bit of like a clear. And then I am gonna do my setting spray, and then I'm gonna use a fun new product that was a gift from a friend of mine. My friend Tammy got me this beautiful fan, which my kids have been such a fan of, and they love this thing. But anyways, I'm gonna fan my face with that with this setting spray. It's been so perfect for like summertime. And let me zoom out with this right here so we can get like a full look. And it's been really good for summer because it's hot. It's hot in North Carolina. Okay, so we're gonna do the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. And then what I have found comes in handy is fanning your face. I always used to use my hands to like fan everything, but now I'm like, I have an actual fan that I can fan my look and make sure everything's set, and I love that. So thank you, Tammy. She is my sister that lives like across town, like across states actually. But anyways, I know we're gonna meet one day, but she is so sweet and I love her, so thank you for this fan. She actually gifted a couple of the other girls some stuff too, and she's so sweet. But this look is really cute, you guys. I love how this turned out. Really, really digging this. So my favorite. Really pretty. What do you think about this palette though, going back to that Melt Cosmetics shadow palette? So I love this collection so much, and you can still purchase a lot of these. They're not discontinued, they're still alive and well. So I think that's really good. Earrings from Olivia Hayward, and I was gonna pair it with these beautiful ones, or even these beautiful ones. Like, what do we think? Either one would be so gorgeous, but I think I'm gonna stick with these. They're more like a granite look. Oh my gosh, they're so stunning. But look at these, like that is so stunning. I love that so much. Ooh, that is everything. That's really, really pretty. I love it a lot. Okay, so now where I'm at with the studio, you guys, it's been 3 years. So in 2020, 2021, 2022, and now half of 23. And it is officially, I don't know when you're watching this video, but it's May, middle of May 2023. And yeah, so I put in my 30 day and I was like, I'm moving out. And so I didn't think that it was gonna consume me as much as it's consumed me. But I wasn't just moving my stuff out and relocating. I'm moving it out completely and just like getting rid of all of my decor. And so a lot of the things I took myself, and Olivia took and Courage took, because that was an office space that we had shared for a long time together. And just over the years as I've decorated and stuff, I knew there were things that were their favorites that I was like, you know, you can have this from the studio or whatever. And there were things that Olivia and I shared the office all last year for A&O, really the last 2 years for A&O. And so the last year or so, you know, A&O has been fully using it. So there's things that we have purchased with that company. It's been one of those things, you know, my husband and I started the studio and we invested so tens and thousands of dollars into the studio, literally, to get it up and where it's at. And then over the years, just put a lot of money into how it looks and the prettiness of it. And I like to decorate every single year and kind of revamp things and change things or add things. And so I've done that as well. So, you know, just a lot's gone into the studio, and I accumulated, or I added up and calculated all the money that I spent in rent, and it makes me want to vomit. But I was like, you know, I knew I was never going to own that property, but we as a family, we want to invest our money that is going to make sense for us in our future and our children's future. And so we live out in another town, which is like 5 towns up from that area where my studio is. And we bought 36 acres and we are building and doing some really cool stuff on that land. That is just going to make sense for an investment deal and all that. So we're very excited about it. And it just made sense for me to go, I don't need the studio space anymore. I'm looking forward to the future. And yeah, so that is that. And I hope that you enjoyed this whole tutorial vlog. And it just means a lot that you're always here. It really does. If you feel like anybody that you know would love this channel and love seeing fun new makeup, I'm always bringing out new makeup every single week that I've tested out. Either somebody sent to me or I went out and purchased myself. And a majority of the time I am like such a fan of it that if I'm talking about it, I love it. And so yeah, it means a lot that you're here. But when you thumbs up this video or leave a comment and even hit subscribe, then that just means to YouTube, hey, this is great content, let's push it to other viewers. So go ahead and do that, you guys, and that is how my channel gets seen more from other people that just have not been able to find or locate my channel yet. So thank you for doing that. It means so much to me, and I am excited to meet you and have more conversations with you. So go over to amberlykins.com and learn more about the Blush Beauty Collective. It's a monthly membership to be a part of more beauty conversations in depth and just really pull back the curtain about all girl things. And it's just a place for you to be free, and hey, you might meet your next best friend in that community. So I'm excited to see you in there, and I look forward to also shipping you your own body scrub. It is the organic homemade sugar body scrub that I have been obsessed with for over a year, making it myself, and now I make it and ship it out to you. So I'm excited that that is now available to order online. Tons of shipments just went out. I'm having so much fun hearing back from you guys. It's really cool, and I love that you love it as much as I do. Well, I look forward to seeing you on the next upload. Have an amazing day and take care, girl. On to bigger and better things in the future. Let's go.